Welcome to Grindhouse Games Incursion gameplay video. My name is John Roberts and I'm be playing the SWD.
I'm Miguel Flores. I'll be handling the Lucky Seventh.
Mission we're going to be playing today is Pinger Raid. It's the third mission in the Incursion booklet. The first part of playing a game of Incursion is simply selecting the mission. For this particular mission, we've selected Pinger Raid. So we set up the board in accordance with the descriptive, with the doors, pingers, and the entry points at the right spot. It's a 10 requisition point game, so it's one of the smaller ones, but it should allow us to play an entire game and for you to watch and see it kind of in an organic format. Next thing to do whenever you're playing a game of Incursion, once you've decided on a mission and set up the board, is force selection. Miguel?
So I had 10 requisition points. I'm starting with Sarge here, and he's got an extra command point over everybody else, so he kind of adds to my pool there, and then I can also use him to use his command points or his movement actions on other guys. And then I've got two of these guys here, which are the Grunt Apes, and they've got 3 actions there, and then whatever command points I want to burn on them. So that's my 10.
For my force selection, as a SWD player, I have to take the zombies. So I chose 3 requisition points worth, which gives me 3 per turn. I chose the Blitzhund due to his speed and agility, hoping to get a run down on the Pinger as soon as possible. And also I took Gretel Von X to give me a little range support and help me with shuffling the zombies around. So now that we have all our forces selected, we begin the game proper with the maintenance phase. The first thing that happens is that we replenish command points. I replenish 5 regular command points and then 4 special command points from Gretel due to her ability Zombie Controller. Miguel gets 6 command points total, 5 because of the mission level, and 1 from Sarge's special ability, Sarge in Charge. We then draw. With this game, the card hand size is 2 cards. Next thing we do is turn bidding. We each decide how many command points we'd like to bid in order to be able to go first. Once per game, though, Miguel, as the allied player, can declare allied intelligence, and ultimately no turn bidding, he just goes automatically. Neither of us bid any command points, so ties go to the allied player. It is now the allied player's activation phase.
So I'm going to stack my guys up here.
I'll go ahead
and we'll start with the Sarge coming on at 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to use 3 command points to move him another 1, 2, 3. Then the Grunt Ape number 1. And we'll put him on reaction fire, just in case.
Since Sarge doesn't have line of sight to any enemies, he automatically goes on reaction fire.
One, 2, 3. And 2 command points. 4 and 5. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we'll put these guys also on reaction fire, just because it's free.
Yeah, ultimately no one has any line of sight to any enemies, so because they have a ranged weapon, they automatically go on reaction fire. Also, during his activation, this is the only time that Miguel has to play battle cards unless they say differently.
None this turn.
All right. So you're done with your activation?
I'm done.
All right. So we'll begin my activation. I will start with Gretel. She has 5 action points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will then spend 3 command points on her to advance her 1, 2, 3. She has a ranged weapon, and there are no models and enemy models in line of sight, so she goes on reaction fire. Second model I will deploy is my Blitzhund. 1, 2, because he's agile, he turns for free. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then begin deploying my zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use one of Gretel's command points and spend another one. And then a third one. Next zombie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the last of Gretel's special command points. And then a regular command point to advance him. Last of the zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where my last command point, just to get everybody facing the right direction. I would like to play one card before my activation is over. I'm going to play Armor Piercing Ammo on Gretel. This adds +1 to all damage dice rolls from shooting by this model. Does not apply to weapons that affect more than one square, like grenades. Miguel, you don't have enough command points to kill it because the kill value is 2. But there are certain cards that can be used to overcome others.
And I've got none of them right now.
So it goes into effect. Gretel will have a better shooting ability. Now, that's ultimately the end of the first turn. Before the turn ends, the other player can spend any unused command points if they have enough to burn any cards. Miguel only has 1 command point left. The only card in play has a kill value of 2. So that's it. We start the next phase. We begin by regenerating command points. For me, it's 5 regular and 4 the special Gretel, which can only be used to move zombies. Miguel regenerates all 6 of his command points. All the models will stay on reaction fire until they activate, because there's no telling which order this is going to happen in. It's the card phase. At the very beginning of the card phase, player is able to discard any cards that he wishes to.
I'm going to discard 1.
All right. Lay it down. And then he's able to draw up to the card maximum, which, as mentioned earlier, is 2 cards for this mission. I played 1 card. I will keep the 1 card I have left, so I draw 1 more to get to a total of 2 cards in my hand. We then come up to turn bidding, unless, Miguel, is there going to be any bidding this turn?
Yes, we'll bid.
All right. I happen to bid 1 command point, whereas Miguel didn't bid any. So I don't get to use that command point anymore, but I get to go first. Just kind of considering my tactical options here. I also get 3 more zombies this turn. I am going to start with my Blitzhund. He's going to use his leap ability. 1, turn for free. 2, 3, 4, turns for free. 5, 6. Then I'm going to activate Gretel. She will come off reaction fire as she activates. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go ahead and open that door for 5. And that'll be the end of her activation. There's no one in line of sight, so she goes back on reaction fire. Now the zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend a couple of command points, too, to get the zombie 1, 2 up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring in the new zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend 3 of Gretel's command points. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend another one of Gretel's command points and a regular command point. 1, 2. And then the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and spend that last command point. And then I will play the card Savage Fury on the Blitzhund. This model may reroll any damage dice for hand-to-hand attacks it initiates. It's got a kill value of 4. Miguel, would you like to kill the card, or do you have a card that would...
I'm going to let that one slide for right now. I can always kill it later, and I don't figure right now that I'm going to get into hand-to-hand with that guy just yet.
Excellent. And that's my activation.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to start by playing a card here. We'll play Booby Trap.
What model will you be playing Booby Trapped on?
We'll play it on this first guy right here. Roll a single damage dice against any enemy model anywhere on the board. Has a kill cost of 2, but John has used all of his command points on movement, so let's hope the dice gods are on my side for this one.
Well, I still have a card left, but fortunately for you, it's not a card that can affect other cards. So Miguel gets a single damage dice. The fortitude of the zombies is 4, so Miguel needs to roll a 4 or better.
Ooh.
That's not what he was looking for. Miguel, Kim keeps you away from the tables in Vegas, doesn't she?
I hope so. Gambling is not my strong suit. I'm also going to play a second card, Bat Out of Hell. I'm going to play that on the Sarge. The model may move +1 square for every action point spent moving forward. Does not apply to any other kind of movement. So as long as he's moving forward, he can move 2 for 1. And he'll come off reaction fire and 1, 2. And for his third action, let's fire on that zombie in front of him.
Now, Sarge has a light machine gun, which in normal fire generates 3 damage dice. The zombie has a fortitude of 4 and only a single wound, so Miguel just has to roll 4 better on any one of these dice. Once again, just squeaking it out.
Cutting it close. And then he'll move again, so that's another one. That's a total of 3. And let's fire again. There's another squeaking by. I got the 4.
So that's 4 action points for Sarge.
We'll spend a command point, fire one another time there. Try to get the other guy right in front of him. There's a 5 and a 4.
That's a little bit better looking.
And let's fire the grenade launcher right in the middle there and see if we can't cause some havoc there.
So you can spend 2 command points. And with grenades, it's typically a range 6, but because Sarge has a grenade launcher, he gets unlimited range. It affects a 3x3 square, so a total of 9 squares total. And it does 1 damage dice, but it gets to add +1 to its roll. So zombie fortitude 4, we'll start with this first one.
Got him.
4 + 1 for a total of 5. 5 + 1 for a total of 6. 3 + 1 for a total of 4.
Cleaning house.
Barely.
Cleaning house. And let's put him on reaction fire. Call him done. I think he's in a good position there. He's got coverage this way and even here if somebody tries to move that way. So let's move the other guys here. He comes off reaction fire, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We use a command point there. And let's use another one to bring him 5. And put him on reaction fire. And we'll take our last guy here. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? Let's bring him 4. Reaction point, and there's the command point for that final movement point.
All right, so that's the end of the activation for turn 2. First thing we do at the beginning of turn 3 is the maintenance phase. We regenerate command points. And then as far as card hand, Miguel's played out dry, so he draws 2 fresh cards. I will keep the card I have in my hand and just draw 1. We will then potentially bid to see who goes first, unless Miguel says otherwise.
Let's bid.
All right. Bid nothing, and Miguel bid 1.
Got suckered for 1. Okay, so I've got to worry about Gretel here, watching this lane in reaction fire. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is declare Sarge is going to stay here, and I'm going to use his tactical fulcrum, which allows me to use his action points on the other guys. So we'll start with this one.
Now, Miguel has to allocate all of Sarge's action points at one time. So he's got 4 action points. Which of the 2 ape grunts will be receiving, or how will you be dividing them up?
We'll put them all here.
All right. All of them will be going on to grunt ape 1.
1, 2, 3, and that's 1 more to go. We'll bring him here.
And now he has his own action
He's got
points.
his own 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then reaction fire for free since he can't see anybody. Now what I'm also going to do here is spend a couple command points just to bring him up a little. 1, 2, kind of get him into position to try to move in here. And you know what, John? Let's do this. We're going to spend the last 3 to go 1, 2, 3, and go on reaction fire here because I'm afraid you're going to try and swoop in, and I don't want you doing that unseen. And lastly, that leaves me with just this guy and 3 action points for him. We're just going to go 1, 2, and kind of start bringing him this way. And I'm kind of worried about John getting in here and swooping that way with his speed. So I'm going to make a move here to try and cut that off if necessary. Let me see if I have any good cards. Yes, I do. Let's play Minor Injury. The model has -1 AP per turn, kill value of 2. I'm going to play that on the Blitzoon. John, do you want to kill that card?
You are not going to play it on the Blitzoon. So I spent the 2 command points necessary to pretty much ignore the card effect. Any others?
No, the other one I'm going to discard.
All right. Then it's my turn. Start off, I'm going to play extra ammo on Gretel. Has a 2 kill value. Roll +1 damage dice for every AP spent on shooting by this model. Does not apply to weapons that affect more than 1 square. So in addition to adding 1 to her dice when she rolls, she gets to roll an additional dice. I'm just kind of considering my options here. Miguel is camped well on the objective. I'll start by activating my zombies first, just see if I can draw some of his reaction fire out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, since I had an action within Sarge's line of sight and Sarge happens to be on reaction fire, he gets a fire of opportunity. Now, he doesn't get the full amount of dice he normally would. It's just kind of like snapping off a shot. He gets to roll 2 dice. I'm at Fortitude 4, so he needs a 4 better on one of those dice because I only have 1 wound. If he rolls double, he runs out of ammo. So I'm hoping that ultimately he rolls low and doubles, and then we're done with it.
Not today, John. Oh!
It seems that it would be.
I really do not need
today.
To go Vegas.
With double 2s there. I appreciate that, Miguel.
Yeah.
You're following the script perfectly. So
checks in the mail, right, John?
Exactly. I'm going to activate Gretel. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she has Sarge in line of sight. She has 1 action point left, and it's time for me to start using these handy cards I've kind of layered on her. With her last action point, she's going to take a shot. Normally with a submachine gun, she only gets 2 dice, but because of the extra ammo card, she gets to roll a 3rd dice, 1 extra die per attack. Sarge has a fortitude of 6 and 2 wounds, so I would normally have to roll 2 6s, or at least 1 6 to do a point of damage to him, 2 6s ideally just to kill him off. With armor-piercing ammo, which is also on Gretel, I get to add +1 to that. So I'm really only looking for as many 5s as possible.
Let's go for none. None 5s.
Oh, that looks like a 6, which is enough. So we take a damage point and we place it on Sarge. I'm going to spend a command point so that she can fire again and hopefully get the same result. No. 2 4s and a 3. So we'll spend another command point because I'm not in a position to where I can let Sarge live. A 2, a 3, and a 5. 5 plus 1 for armor-piercing ammo is 6. Sarge expires.
Bummer.
Now,
so John, that's going to cost me the extra command point, or do I keep?
That'll keep you the extra command point. You'll only regenerate 5. Gretel goes on to reaction fire. I'm going to activate the Blitzhund. Turn for free. 1, 2, turn for free. 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to move the other zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, I'd moved off my activation here because I was so eager to kill Sarge with Gretel that I didn't use any Gretel special command points. And one of the rules of the game is once you move on to another piece, you can't go back to the original piece. So
it's kind of like chess, but bloodier.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent for this learning video that I accidentally messed up like that because it wasn't in the script at all. All right, and that's ultimately the end of that turn. So beginning of the next turn, we regenerate command points 5 and 5 since Sarge has expired. Now, ultimately, we go to bid, or do we?
I'm going first this turn.
Miguel has used Allied Intelligence, so there will be no bidding.
Let me draw my 1 card. Okay. Let's start with playing low on ammo on Gretel. Roll -1 damage dice for every action point spent on shooting by this model Does not apply to weapons that affect more than one square. The affected model must always roll at least 1 damage dice, regardless of the weapon's rate of fire. Do you want to kill that for 2, John?
Well, ultimately it will just offset the extra ammo. I kind of enjoy having extra ammo, so I will kill that card.
Okay. Let's start with this gentleman here. And we're going to take a risk here and move here, which
now,
gives Gretel a shot here.
She gets
Taking
to use
a
reaction
chance.
fire. Normally with a submachine gun, she only gets a single die when she rolls reaction fire. Because of extra ammo, that's 2. The ape is Fortitude 6 and has 2 wounds, so normally I'd need to roll double 6s to be able to kill him in a single shot. Of course, any result of 6 would at least take off 1 wound.
Now, John, can I kill your cards at any time?
You can kill your cards at any
time.
time.
How many points have you got on Gretel and command cards there?
Extra ammo is 2, and armor piercing is 2.
Let's go ahead and get rid of both of those before you fire.
Stripping it all out. So I have a single die. And I roll a 5. So I failed a wound.
Now I will fire. Since I've got a 180-degree line of sight, I will shoot at Gretel there.
She has Fortitude 5 and 5 wounds.
So I'm going to have to shoot a lot. Nothing.
No wounds there.
That was his
Second
action. Let's do it again for his third. Nothing again. Let's spend 1 command point and at least see if we can try to whittle her down, because I don't think this is going to go well. Wow. I should have stayed home. Okay. No reaction fire there, because now they can see each other. And that is all 5 of my command points burned here. And let's at least go ahead and bring this gentleman in. 1, 2 to pick up the pinger. And we'll put him on reaction fire there. Actually, let's go ahead and do this for his third. And then put reaction fire on him.
Excellent.
And that is my turn.
Let's see. Start off, just because I enjoy tormenting Miguel, I'm going to play armor-piercing ammo on Gretel again. These are one of the cards that actually occur several times in the deck, so if you accidentally have one that gets killed, there's a chance you'll find another one.
Isn't one of the stretch goals this fixed deck that you're playing with here today, John?
That is, but it's further in the campaign. Miguel, I notice you have a card left. Is it a card that would allow you to cancel my card?
It is not.
The card we keep mentioning is the infamous Snafu card. Ultimately, it's a card that does nothing but kill other cards. So, I'm going to start my turn by activating my zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miguel wasn't able to do anything because he wasn't able to go on reaction fire, because he had line of sight not only to Gretel but also to the zombie at the end of his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move the new ones on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spend 2 of Gretel's points. 1, 2. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push them forward there for one of Gretel's points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And turn them once for one of Gretel's command points. Considering my other options. I'm going to begin with Gretel, activating her. is going to do normal fire, which for submachine gun, normal fire is 2 dice. The ape has Fortitude 6 and 2 wounds, hasn't been wounded yet. Now I was able to play armor-piercing ammo, which gave her +1 to the result of her rolls, so I'm hoping for 5s and 6s. There's 1 6. Ape Grunt 2 suffers 1 damage point. That was her first action point. This will be her second. Second action point is a second wound, and Ape Grunt 2 dies. 3, 4, 5 to open the door. Next, I'm going to activate the Blitzhound. Free turn. 1, 2, 3. Free turn. 4, 5, 6. I have 3 command points left that I'm going to spend on the Blitzhound. 1, 2, 3. Little free turn there at the end there. I'm not going to play any additional cards. So that's the end of that turn. Start of the new turn. We regenerate command points. My 5 regular for Gretel. Miguel regenerates his 5 regular command points.
And I'm going to discard a card. And then, of course, that one's dead with the Sarge.
And he gets to drop to 2 cards. I'm going to keep the card I have and just draw 1 additional one. And then it's turn bidding. And we'll have to bid from here on out since Miguel has used his special ability. Nothing bid on my side. Miguel bids 1. He'll go first.
Just to make sure you don't sneak up behind me while I can't see you, John. Okay, so I've got a total of 3 for him, 3 action points, and 4 command points left to use on one guy here. So let's see if we can get him out of here. We will go 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, and go on reaction fire. And I've got no cards to play. 1 guy. That's my turn.
All right. When you have more pieces, you have more tactical options to consider, which is why I'm taking a little bit longer to decide what I'm looking to do. I'm going to start by activating the Blitzhound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm then going to go to my zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 5. 5. Right now you're looking at the traditional zombie conga line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spend 3 of Gretel's command points. 1, 2, 3. Bring on the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spend 1 of Gretel's command points and a regular point. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An extra command point just to get them all facing in the right direction. activating Gretel. 1, 2, 3. Miguel will get to use reaction fire. He only gets 2 dice. He needs a 5 or better. Rolled no 5 or betters.
I need better dice. That's what I need.
I've been rolling just fine with them, Miguel. You've seen it. They've been doing okay just as they are.
Should have brought my own dice.
So this will be our 4th action point. Submachine guns get 2 dice. I need a 6 because it's the ape's fortitude. He has 2 wounds.
Do I get to shoot at her for firing? Or after?
After she fires, you'll be able to react accordingly. I get +1 to my dice because of armor-piercing ammo. I do 1 wound. So Grunt Ape number 1 is down to 1 wound. He does get to react to my shot.
Still nothing.
Nothing. She will use her 5th action point to fire.
At least my model looks good.
Kind of all by itself. It is unique. It is unique now. It used
Can
to be
I just destroy the pinger?
And there we are. 5 + 1 is 6. And it's done.
And drops the pinger.
Ultimately, I think we know I'm going to retrieve the pinger and get it off the board.
Wow, I didn't put a single wound on you at all, John.
I'm that good, Miguel. I'm that good.
That better be a big check in the mail.
And once again, I really appreciate you playing the script. That was the best game ever, Miguel.
Ugh, mishandling the Lucky 7th was more like it.
Well,
Dice killed me.
You
I
know-
blame the dice.
you were playing against John Roberts.
I advise against it.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you're able to learn a bunch of the different features of Incursion. You learn how vital the dice rolling is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd also like to take this time to thank our Kickstarter backers. I want you to know that I owe you a Miguel whenever we meet up.